The ship of the future. Try Jesus. Don't try me.
Now you just got the notice.
Yeah, you see that? As I throw hands. Oh my.
This is the time when we share, folks. If you're on now, we're about to start our show.
That's my phone.
Yeah, I hear you echo now.
Try Jesus.
And share
Don't
this.
try
Share this.
me.
Share. Here we go. You ready? You ready, Blunt?
Because I fight, yeah.
What's going on, good people? This is Jay Burrows, author of Pouring the Truth, the Whole Truth, and Nothing But the Truth. Available on iTunes, Google, BarnesandNobles.com, and Amazon. You're now tuned into Two Transit Misfits with your boys Brooklyn Pete and my boy Blunt, starting now.
What's up, Misfits? Welcome
Yeah,
to
peoples.
another Two Transit Misfits show.
What's good, peoples?
Blunt, your camera.
It's crooked, right?
It's
On some
crooked.
Batman shit. I don't know. I was
There we
looking at
go.
it. Is it
What's
crooked?
going on, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro.
You good?
Yeah, over here suffering from PCP, personal computer problems.
Ah,
Yo, my computer's been
there
jacked
goes your
up
camera again.
again.
Your
What the-
camera just.
Yo, you see that? Yo, all week my computer's been messing up, bro.
This is all Blunt Studio, man. That's Blunt Studio,
All week,
folks.
bro.
We're gonna need to start a GoFundMe for your boy Blunt.
Yo, yeah, man. I got this PC gamer computer. It's like $2,200 in mine. It's in my wish list.
Woo! You better be a good boy.
It's on my wish list. 2,200 PC computer.
You mean the website Wish?
No, you know how some people on TikTok, they got their wish list. They got their Amazon wish list. They put it on TikTok and people just buy it for them. That shit's crazy.
Oh, well, good luck.
Yeah, they do that. I don't know.
Trust. So
People
guys, we
generous
got
like that.
I just got a tickle in my eardrum. We got a good show for you guys tonight.
Hopefully.
We are gonna have a special guest. If you guys didn't know, we're gonna this is going out to Gleason. We just had our
Depot elections.
depot election. I couldn't think about that. Our depot election.
I got you, bro.
Thank you. So at least the second half, the other half of the show, because two halves make a whole. So we had our depot.
I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, just leave it alone, please. For once, leave it alone.
It's just that was too easy, bro. Go ahead.
So yeah, guys. Hold on, we got a comment over here. What's up? Let's say hello to Jay Ruiz. Thanks for joining us.
What up, Big
So-
J?
So yeah, we're gonna have our newly elected depot chair at Jackie Gleason,
Who's that?
Mr. Aaron Vazquez.
Newly
Aaron
elected.
Vazquez is gonna be joining
Congratulations,
us today, real soon.
You get the
He
golf clap.
became, give him his props. He became our newly depot chair. It was a pretty tough fight, and we'll talk about that more in a little bit after we bring him on. But let's start with our celebrations,
Hold on.
which we don't have on yet.
It's coming. It's coming. It's about
coming?
to come up. Yeah.
All right. Say hello to Vic Tav.
Mm.
Vic
Gotta
Tav,
give you the
tell you
sign
to
behind the screen. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. It's about to
Vic
come.
Tav, tell you to stop smoking those blunts, Blunt.
Don't be hating because you can't do that.
Let me hear with you, my little Mio. As you guys know, this is my apple juice.
You got your apple juice? I can't even drink no apple juice. I got to drink tea today.
All right. Well, that's good.
Cheers, mate.
You have your apple juice. I have mine. So anyway, we're just waiting for this to happen. As you guys heard before, we had some issues at Blunt Studio.
My computer's messed up, y'all. I think it's going to come on any second. You ready?
I'm ready.
Once it go on, it comes right on. So
Okay.
I won't be able to stop.
Wait. We're doing this birthday shout outs.
Birthday, shout him out.
Come
All right,
on.
see, I hit the open button. Let's see how long it takes to go on.
So anyway,
It's scrolling.
now I'm afraid to even say something because I'll get cut off.
It's gonna cut you off. Just let it cut you off.
Well,
sorry guys, my computer's the shit.
We got some news about Omni, some news about another depot.
Oh, here it comes.
An animated special coming up, and of course we have Mr. Arrow with us. And see how that goes.
Oh gosh!
Wow, guys! While you're here waiting for this to happen, could you please share this?
Oh,
especially if you're the Gleason, if you're in our Gleason family. Got a nice special show for you guys today.
It's not coming up, bro.
Not coming up. Okay, so here we go. Birthday shout outs. All right. If it comes up, it comes up. If not, here we go. So we got Richard Deloso. Happy birthday to Richard Deloso. It's really not the same without the music. Michael Jennings, happy birthday. And celebrating today, my old friend from she was 16 years old, bro. She was 17. Vanessa Rose, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Jackie Gleason Depot, Diane Guzman, happy birthday. And Elaine Leonard, Miss Elaine Leonard, celebrating her birthday.
Gotta send a big shout out to Elaine because she's always posting up people's birthdays and stuff.
All the time. She does a pretty nice.
Yeah, she makes it really nice on the page, on the Gleason page.
We also want to we're gonna dedicate this show to an old friend of ours, one of our first Misfits when we started our Next Bus Please. Of course, we don't have a picture.
Yeah, and my computer is moving slow, so I can't even pull one up. But yeah, one of the very first Misfits. He was at our MVP barbecue.
Yeah, he was.
A man went home with a couple of jugs of Kool-Aid. Really good dude. He's gonna be missed
for sure. Our friend Vaughn Brooks.
Yes, sir. Vaughn Brooks.
What depot was he from? I don't remember now. If anybody remembers,
was it Manhattanville? I think it's somewhere in the city. I think
could be, but cool guy. We heard some news that he was not feeling well, and then we just heard the news
I think his sister posted it.
It was his sister or his brother? Posted it.
I said posted it.
Posted it.
The ghetto
posted the news.
The Ebonics is coming out.
Yeah, man. So to our friend Vaughn Brooks, bless your soul, rest in peace.
Got a nice picture here. I'll try to get up there sometime during the show.
Show goes out to you. All right, guys. So we got some. Don't make sure it doesn't pop up now. Turn it off.
No.
We got some news coming out of Jamaica Depot.
No.
Coming.
Jamaica Depot.
Coming out of Jamaica Depot. What we got coming out of Jamaica Depot?
You tell me.
All right, they're going electric. In 2022, they're gonna begin construction to fully rebuild the depot from the ground up. They're gonna transform it into the very first ever depot designed for a 100% all-electric bus fleet. The expected completion date will be in 2026. The depot will initially support a fleet of up to 60 zero-emissions buses. And this is key part of their plan to make the bus fleet all electric by 2040. So, hey,
2040,
yeah, complete. Jeez. So the money's there. So, kudos to all our co-workers out there in Jamaica Depot. If you're up in here, let us know how you feel about it.
That's a good look, Jamaica. Nice. Usually Gleason be like the first depot to get all the new stuff.
Well, we got the gas. We went with a gas fleet, right?
We went to CNG, right?
CNG, so they're going electric, so that's a good thing. Anyway, in other news, In other news that's coming up right now, MTA board is gonna give discounts to the Omni users. You know what kind of discounts they are?
To the Omni users?
Yeah, they're gonna start giving discounts to Omni users.
Are they giving them Mets tickets?
Nah, I think better. Check this out, folks. So we come right back. Check this out. Nice discounts to everybody that uses Omni.
To tap or not to tap? That is the question.
Well, you don't have to plug your Metro card. You don't have to look for it.
My phone is always in my hand, so I could just tap it. The Metro card, you gotta swipe it, and they'd be like, "Oh, you swiped too fast."
Technology is all that we use nowadays, so is there okay, I can just put my credit card on my phone, tap it, and I'm good to go.
Every month, more and more riders are tapping to go with the system called Omni. That stands for One Metro New York. The Metro card is still the most popular.
I'm just so used to it. So I don't know about the tappiness yet.
Transit officials want to make Omni a good deal, planning to create a new Omni benefit in March. Tap and ride with Omni on subways and buses. Spend $33 during a 7-day period, and the Omni Tap becomes a weekly unlimited card.
With the Omni fare capping, you don't have to put the money up out front. You're paying per ride, and then after 12 rides, your rides are free.
Lisa Daglian and the Permanent Citizens Advisory Council to the MTA have been working on this and other fare options, including discounts for riding Metro North and Long Island Railroad within the borough.
There are a lot of different fare options. It is confusing, and we're hoping that the MTA is going to make it easier for people to know what's out there and what's available, and that it will be all available on e-text.
What do you think about that?
If
you have a $33 card, let's say, right? You get a $33 card, and you use your card every day. You could use those if you waste those $33 before the 7 days are up. Let's say you do it within 5 days. Those next couple of days are free. So
shout out Damien.
So that's a good look for those people that
Is it
that actually pay.
Is it though? I mean, think about it. If you do the math, right? The average person goes to work and comes back. So you use the Metro card twice, right?
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
You work 5 days out the week, right?
Okay.
So you're gonna have 10 rides. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Yeah.
Right? That's not gonna be $33.
You could get around. You could go shopping.
Well, if you do other stuff and you ride the trains, then it's going to.
If you have someone in the family and you could share the card, if you're home here,
which will be going around.
Yeah. So I mean, I would think that way you really
that's going to be what's going to happen.
Milk it that way.
That would you use the card, pass it to your child. Yeah, have some fun. Yeah. I think that'll be the only way. Yeah, but the average person ain't, huh?
It will be worth it that way.
Yeah, the average person is they really not gonna use the whole $33 before they get their free rides. But if you do, like you said, you pass along.
Yeah, or just ride around. Hey, let's go take a ride around. Let's go to Dyker House and go see the tree, the Christmas lights lighting. Over there. Then let's go to the mall. Let's go. Whole day just hanging out on MTA.
That's it. Yeah, but less traffic too. So it's a good idea. Yeah. It's a good idea.
There you go. All right, guys. So we're gonna be bringing in. We're gonna bringing in our special guest.
Yeah.
Okay. Right after this. Okay. Right after this, we're gonna bring.
So when we return, we're gonna have the newly elected depot chairman, right? Newly elected depot chairman for Jackie Gleason Depot, which is one of the biggest and dopest depots in New York City. Don't come at me.
Well, next to East New York. I think East New York is the biggest
East New York is straight ghetto, son. You got to be ghetto.
Send your hate mail right there to your boy Blunt.
Send your hate mail.
Anyway, guys, don't forget, we got our hats. If anybody wants our hat, our trucker hats are still available. The black or the red. Just email us to get one.
We're going fast.
Yeah, and
we have Aaron when we come back. You got
when we come back. Yep.
In a world where stress is at an all-time high, where politics and disease have taken over the headlines, Brooklyn Pete and your boy Blunt present to you the original talk and live entertainment show for transit workers worldwide. Team Transit Misfits. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified.
All right.
So
Here
full
we go.
disclosure, any and all things said by Aaron does not reflect those of Brooklyn Pete and myself.
Right here.
Two Transit
Disclaimer.
There you go. We gotta throw that out there. So what's good, Aaron?
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Welcome.
Hey.
How are you? Welcome to our show. I love
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you. So, Aaron, let's start by congratulations are in order.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Our new elected depot chair, Jackie Gleason Depot. Gotta
So
let
can't
people
be
know.
no disputing.
No static, no disputing, no.
Now, Aaron, we know that this was a rough ride for everybody involved. Congratulations also to you and your team. You got Miss Ebony Watt. See, I had to write
Ebony Walton.
Ebony Walton,
Mm-hmm.
who's vice chair, and Nicholas Stanford, recording
Correct.
secretary. We were hoping they could join us today, but things happen. I guess they couldn't make it. But you're here for the team.
Yeah.
So tell us in a nutshell. Tell us real quick for those of you that don't know you, because not everybody will know you, but
right.
A little bit about you. Your how you started. How long you've been with Gleason, or what you came from Gleason.
Yeah, I started back in '95, and started at Omer Park with my first garage. And then I migrated over to Fresh Pond Depot, where my dad was an operator. And so that was like my home, my main base for many years. And then moved over to Grand when they opened it up to give it a shot. Only stood there for 2.5 years, and then back to Fresh Pond. And then because of, I'm a late bloomer with the family thing, wife was pregnant and bought a house in Jersey, and it was the easiest commute was from either Omer Park or Jackie Gleason. I had a friend who used to be at Jackie Gleason, and he said, you should come here. So I went there, and, it was just pick the run. I was on the line for a while, just kept it low key. And that's basically it. Always been involved with the union since I started. Well, basically once I got to Fresh Pond, basically. Yeah. Learned everything from all the different chairmen that I've, worked under, if you want to call it that, or worked with, who was in the depot, and just always involved learning. You learn from mistakes. Many of those I did in my beginning. Trust me when I tell you, no one was perfect. And then just kept on going from there. The time Eddie Melendez was in the union and a good friend of my father's, I met him and learned a lot from him too. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at until today. Like I tell a lot of people, I came to Gleason because one, Gibson, who I met during the Tucson ages when Tucson was going for president. And people told me, just come there. It's a good place to be. And again, the commute. I used to hate passing that exit and have to still go another hour to Fresh Pond was a kicker. And then next thing you know, everything changed. Starting with Gibson getting sick and then COVID striking us.
Yeah. That's a really bad part. A really bad part of our bus operator life.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of people.
So Aaron, you was there when I was there.
I got there. I don't know when you was there, Blonde. I got there the beginning of 18.
Yes, I was there 2005. Hold on. You said 18?
18.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was already out. I was out at 14. So
Right. I picked over there.
You said, oh no, you went from Fresh Pond to Grand.
Fresh Pond to Grand.
Oh, okay. All right.
From then Grand back to Fresh Pond, and then Fresh Pond to Jackie Gleason.
Right, because I was at Gleason when Grand had first opened. I was thinking about going there, but we had too many good people at Gleason. I couldn't leave.
Well, the way we looked at it, Grand was like a Fresh Pond annex. All the senior guys migrated over there. So I gave it a shot because we was, brand new over there, getting your perks, getting all the holidays. So, took advantage.
Right. You had seniority.
Right. So then 2.5 years, I think it was 2.5 years, we had a summer pick. I don't know if you recall. We had a summer pick, and I bounced back to Fresh Pond in the summer pick. That was after all those budget cuts and everything they were doing. Because I used to be like the 4 a.m. board, the 4 a.m. report at Fresh Pond. Then I chased it to Grand. Then I chased it back to Fresh Pond.
Okay. All right. Because the people say, Aaron's in the depot. And I'm like, I don't know who's Aaron.
Yeah. Well, when I first
Aaron
got there,
Vazquez. Who's Aaron Vazquez?
Yeah. When I first got there, listen, I picked on the 6370, and that's still what I stayed.
Joe,
I'd come in early for them. Huh?
Joe, this is from
that's going to somebody else. That's going to somebody else.
Yeah, Aaron.
And I 4 a.m. start, cleared early, and I ate lunch there and just went to work. And then I would meet my wife in the parking lot, and we exchanged the baby. I would take my baby from my wife. She'd go to work, and I go home. That was my life, So that's why very few people knew who I was, because I just stayed low key.
How old is the baby?
My son now is going to be 4 in next week.
Oh, yep. So
next
I remember
week. My baby.
daughter was a baby.
Yeah, the 23rd.
It was the same situation with me. Once I got home, my wife went to work, and I had the baby.
Yeah. We didn't even make it home. She would just drive because we bought a home in Jersey, drive into Brooklyn, give me the baby. She go her way, I go back home.
Go long.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people don't understand about when you're in a relationship and you have a baby especially at the beginning of your career, it's rough. It's rough.
Right. And I'm doing it at the tail end. Yeah. I started late, so
yeah, it was crazy.
Even rougher.
Yeah.
So Aaron, this show probably gonna be a lot more
political
towards our at least this part to our Gleason,
a
Gleason family,
right?
Because you're the chair of Jackie Gleason right now. And I just want to give
chair elect until January.
But we're going to give a quick shout out to the man that you were going against, or he was going against you.
Your opponent.
Nasar Abdurrahman, Nas. Because we believe he did put a pretty good fight.
Shout out to Nas. Nas came in from the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
Nas came in from the Bronx.
Came from the Bronx like 2 years ago.
Nas came in from the Bronx swinging, bro.
And, much respect. He had a mission. But, at the end of the day, only one could win.
Correct.
And so now you're our chair. So I want to touch up on some questions that have to do with what people talk about in our depot.
Okay.
And the first one is that, which I got to tell you, I did not learn this word until I heard Nas talk about it, and I thought he was like making this shit up. I was like, "What? You're coming over here making words up?"
Making words up.
Okay. Yeah, but then you had talked about it. I said, "Oh," so then I looked it up, and okay, it's Firewatch.
Firewatch.
Well, they call it the Firewatch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm bringing this question because now that we're in the cold, we're in the winter, the cold weather.
Right.
A lot of times I go in and all I hear is people complaining that, the bus is supposed to be on. Look, it's cold. It's 30 degrees, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So I know that you could probably answer this. And it's like, how does that actually work? Is it what the temperature? If I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you remember,
I'm fine to tell it because I actually posted it on my page.
Okay. So how does that? How does the actually Firewatch actually work?
Maintenance is in charge of Firewatch, and they have an agreement of a set temperature. Okay, they just renewed it in November of this year. They updated it and changed the temp that they're going to start these buses at. If I tell you the temperature that they agreed to start these buses, you'll be like, you got to be out of your mind.
I would think it's when water freezes 32 degrees.
Negative. It's when your bones freeze. That's how low they want you to go. They're talking 10 degrees, 20 degrees. That's when they want to start the buses and run them for every 7 minutes or so. That's crazy. Now, like, again, I come from a way back when I used to go to Fresh Pond. If you know Fresh Pond, there's a train tracks next to the building. Buses, RTS buses used to be parked outside there, 0 below with snow all over them. Doors open, wind blowing in, you go in there. The bus never get warm until you went 2 round trips. Then you finally got some heat.
Yeah, those RTS
So
buses.
it's horrible. So last year I took it upon myself to be a stickler about it, to get those buses running, because I remember how it feels, and now I have a little bit more of a position. So I was like, you know what, get these buses started. I was ridiculed or accused of such and such, but the truth of the matter, nobody knows what I did to get these things done. Because the first thing you do, you go to maintenance. What's the deal? Why aren't the buses started? They'll give you, one time, I swear to God, the foreman told me, "Oh, is it that cold outside?" Are you
Question,
kidding
real
me?
quick, just question. Is this all depots, or is this something in Gleason
This
that
is
they have that
every
temperature?
depot. Every depot.
So
It's
every depot is the
system
same
wide.
temperature.
Every depot is system wide.
Is this something you can work on now
This
that
is
you're in?
something I already had a negotiation with the AGM a couple weeks ago, and that's when I posted it on my page. We agreed last year. Okay, let's go back real quick. Last year, I sat with the AGM, the borough manager at that time, which was Michael Morales, and Mr. Drixel. And we sat down because I was tired of it, the buses being off, like emails. And I mean, I went to the top with it. They came to an agreement of starting the buses at 36 degrees, anything from 36 down. And what we had to do was we all had to call command center and go off of their time, their temperatures that they have in the headquarters. Okay. So like when I would get up at 2 a.m. and head out the door at 3, I would call, what's the temperatures in New York? Because my temperature is always 10 degrees colder. We get a quote. They'll say, oh, we got 30 degrees right now. At that point, I would call maintenance. Are the buses running? Or I would call the yard shack. Are these buses running? No, I call maintenance. What's the deal? Why you got these buses started? Well, oh, I didn't know the temperature. Well, now you know the temperature. Go do your check and then get somebody out there to start the buses. I get in at 4, buses are still off. I'm like, yo, what's the problem? Oh, they didn't allow us to hire anyone to start the buses. That was their excuse. So at certain times, I said, well, listen, you got anybody to do it now? Right, they have to hire like 2 people to go out to do that trick, to start the buses. One time they did it. They sent some kid who didn't know what he's doing. So you know how you have to keep your buses running, right? You know how we do, right? They didn't know how to do it. They ran for 15 minutes and they shut off. All the buses' lights are on and the buses are cold.
Can we have bodies that are sitting in the depot that could be sent out to do that?
Maintenance only.
Maintenance only.
Maintenance only. But what I did that time, they had no one. They wasn't going to get anyone. So I went out and I started all the buses on my own. I didn't care because, again, it's for the members. Who wants to get into a cold bus, go out when it's cold outside, passengers waiting out there freezing, expecting a warm bus, and it comes cold? Oh, what the hell? You're going to get the backlash, especially early in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're out walking to the farm, let's say.
Exactly.
Very cold. Very
so
cold.
Now I had
so
a
what
conversation.
We got now? What's the temperature? So we got a deal.
Now the AG, I wanted it the same deal. He didn't work with me. We got at 32. 32 below, start the buses. So at 31, I'm already making the phone call. Are the buses on? 33, are the buses on? I don't care. I have a window there. Okay. And they have to get the buses started. If they don't start it, by the time I get into that depot and there's buses aren't started, no one will get out until those buses are warmed up. That's it. So what we're gonna do.
Now, as an operator, I'm gonna go in, and I'm not gonna really know the temperature. So what would I do? I get in the bus, I see it's cold. I gotta call it upstairs.
Again, yeah, you could say these buses are freezing. Get a checkout, but they're supposed to be running. You could give me a call, be like, Aaron, we got here. These buses aren't started, because by the time I leave my house, I know the temps. I already made the call. So like, say for instance, like you, Pete, you come in 5 in the morning, whatever it is, 4 in the morning, usually I'm there. But at 3, when I get up, I'm making these phone calls when I'm out the door. So this way, even before, the only ones who may have the problem will be the Hawks, because they start so early. But anyone starting by 4, whatever, I'm already on the phone calls, find out what's the temperatures and making the phone calls in so the buses could be running.
Oh, okay. So
what is an operator supposed to do if the buses are not running? Wouldn't it be their job to just not take the bus out?
It's their job. They could say, listen, I know the temperature is freezing out here. Again, we have to be at 32.
Right.
If they could confirm 32 and be like, the buses, I'm refusing the bus. It's freezing outside. What could happen at that point, if, with our garage, Pete, all the Arctics are inside. So it's hard to get any shorties out. But if their shorties are lined up, they could give some bus inside and send them outside and get those buses started. You know what I'm saying? So we'll empty out the depot inside with all the shorties and then get those buses running outside till they warm up enough to give them out the rest of the day.
Another thing is to get the depot united to know what to do, not to be one of those operatives who's going to go, oh, it's cool, I'm just going to take it, because then that's
right. Like
the
we
purpose.
used to do. Right, we used to do that before. Just get on the bus with your gloves and drive like an idiot and wait.
Yeah, so like everybody has to know. Everybody has to know. So maybe is there something that can be posted at the depot so everybody knows?
I have it in my office.
No, but like
I have it in my
somewhere
office.
where everybody sees it. Like, look, if the bus is cold, you call upstairs, or you do this, or you don't take the bus out.
Right. Well, starting my plan starting next month when I'm
maybe a clock, maybe a temperature clock or something outside that everybody could see the temperature.
When I start in January officially, we're going to be doing shop gates every month. Every month, I'm going to be doing live shop gates at the depot, even once or twice a month. Information will be given out every time, so you guys know what's going on.
Okay.
And again, on my page, of course, although not everybody has social media, but I will be letting notifications. Buses have to be started at 32 degrees, but we can't base it off of our phones. That's a problem because some of us may get different temperature readings, but more or less ballpark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as long as we know that you're on it,
Yep.
And maybe I don't know. There was a time when you would have when Janine was there, like somebody would down once in a while when they were holding buses down. No, when they were telling us to go up and report on time. There was times that they were downstairs. So what time are you supposed to report? You got 10 minutes, don't go upstairs yet. So like maybe something like that. When your team that could be there at a certain time and be like, guys, look, at 32 degrees, if your bus is not on.
Right. We could do that.
There's something to get everybody. Like
the test
Jose Reyes says, everybody give us. I know it's not going to be overnight, but I mean, it's mad cold now. It's getting colder.
Tomorrow's going to be cold. We got a cold snap tomorrow. From 60 today to 30 something tomorrow. So I'm on it. Once we hit these temperatures in the 30s that I know we're going to be cold, I'm on it all the time. Even if I'm not going in that day, I'll get to the team members. Yo, listen, you got to be on top of this. The temperature right now, and I'll wake you. It's such and such, and I'll make the calls. And again, like I said, if no buses are started, we'll gut the inside of the depot first of all the short buses. And then by that time, they better have those other buses started, or else no buses are going to pull out until they're warmed up.
Okay. So if anybody else has any more questions on this, you feel free to go to the depot, to the union, speak to Aaron about this. We move on to another question that a lot of people also complain about, the schedules. This is when they come up, when they post them up, the proposed schedules. When you want changes done to that, because I've also heard that when the proposed schedules are up there, that the union just let it go, that there's other depots where they actually fight to make changes, like when you don't have enough time. Well, I'm guessing maybe change RDOs or something like that. How will you be working with that?
Right. We are limited to RDO changes, not time changes. That's because we gave up something long time ago, years ago, that we had someone in scheduling. There was actual union person in scheduling, but they gave that up for some concession or whatever. He would look over the schedules and be like, this ain't working. And he'll reflect with the depots and we'll knock it down. Now we're limited to changing RDOs. So let's say, for instance, a senior man sees a run that's 12 hours with a Tuesday, Wednesday. He could request to switch a run that's relatively close that has a Saturday, Sunday, and maybe 8 hours. He could switch it up. You put the proposal in, we put it in.
And then when it's his time to pick, he finds out somebody else picked it.
Yeah, because it was but that's the risk.
That's a Saturday? Oh, I'll take it.
That's but see, my argument is this. I'm a senior guy. I don't look for the 12 hours. I don't look for none of that. I was a 9-hour, 10-hour guy, and I was fine with that. That's how I would look at it. So I know there's some senior guys that, hey, man, leave me a breadcrumb of an 8-hour, 9-hour run with a weekend off, not make everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's up to the operators to come and say, look, can we get this switch? Is it possible? And as we put it in, and usually 9 times out of 10, it works. They will switch it for us.
Blood, you have any question that you?
Not yet. I'm listening.
No? Okay.
I'm listening.
How about I don't know if anything can be done about this. The AVAs, the list quota. I hear
Mm.
some depots they have more. I don't know if it's Mapstoa or what's. I don't know if it's just rumors, but
Well,
is
for as long as I've known, and it's a while already, it's based on the amount of bodies. It's a percentage. So like Gleason, let's say Gleason has 11, right? We have 11. Fresh Pond has 8. You see what I'm saying? So it's based on the amount of bodies. And in reality, if they wanted to be really SOBs, when we went down in percentage last year, they could have cut us. They could have cut a body or two off because of the percentages, but they left it intact, and we're grateful for that. As far as getting more, Pete, as you know, we're never at 100% in that garage, sadly.
well, I know now because of the whole COVID thing, which is not getting any better. By the way, do you have any information on that? I know that I've heard that someone went out the other day or yesterday in our depot as far as sick.
Yeah, I just actually prior to coming on here, I did another quick video and put it up on the page. There's so much chatter going on of 17 people, et cetera, so forth. The fact of the matter, yeah, but it was actually, I think our numbers now, as of today, is 12. Now, it's not 12 that were caught on premises sick. It's people just calling out that they are COVID positive. We did have one situation today, and it was a young lady that came in who happens to be a probie, and she was isolated with her mentor. And we found out where they were swinging, and it happened to be another person involved. And we all contacted them. We made sure they knew what was going on. They called OHS. You have to follow OHS protocols. I don't agree with them. I mean, I think they're a little wacky, if you ask me, because I would see it, even though I'm fully vaccinated, if I was exposed to someone, though you're vaccinated, you can still contract it, right? So give me 3 or 4 days, 5 days to wait, test, and see if I'm good, before sending me back to work. But sadly, because of the time frame now, SBLA that we used to use last year, as you know, Pete, is no longer there. So if you used it, you can't get it. There's no administrative pay anymore. So now fighting to get everybody's days back is difficult. And it's something that I have done since I started back in March 20th last year when I came on. So
anybody that calls out now, they're not going to get paid those 10 days, whatever it was.
Okay, what they're saying is, let's say, for instance, I'm going to I'm not putting people's business out there, but one individual turned out positive, and he was at work, and he contracted it from home. His son brought it from school. Okay. And he would expose it to other individuals. The 2 individuals that I caught once we did the tracking, I had them quarantined by OHS. They will be taken care of because they contracted it from another operator, from a coworker. There's a fine line in there.
So if it happens during work and it's with a
there's
coworker,
no argument, because you got proof that he was positive, etc. But I still tell everybody, like I told somebody today, say, listen, just give me what I need. This is what I require of you. Call this number, the Department of Health, get me this information, and I'm still going to try to submit it. I'm still going to try to get the days back, because it's only fitting that we should, because we're out there trying to deal with this.
Yeah, not only that, we don't have proper protection. They're not really forcing these customers to wear the mask when they come in, yet they want us to wear a mask.
Well, that's because, of course, the federal mandate has been in place for a long time.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was wholeheartedly telling everybody, you don't move the bus, call console, tell them you want supervision at the scene at this time. I don't feel safe. I feel like my health is in jeopardy. You're in your cubicle telling me, no, it's okay, keep on moving. But I also have an app on my phone, which I get system-wide notices of what's going on, accidents, etc. And I see the rate of assaults based on
that's one thing. Yeah,
masks, saying someone a mask, you're getting spit on, you're getting thrown on something, or actually physically assaulted. And I don't want I don't want you guys to get hurt. So it's hard. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you myself, I got into it. It's hard for me not to. But now that I've been vaccinated and I also got my my booster just almost 2 weeks now, I'm not bothering. Right. Now, what if you're outside my bus, just lost blunt for a minute. If we're outside the bus and you're trying to come in, and I look and I see you don't have a mask, I'm going to point at my face, your mask. The moment you be like, well, I'm going. I'm not opening the door. I'm just going. So if you're out there and you're not worried about, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna get into that confrontation where you're gonna come up and just start talking at me over that divider that you don't have a mask. So I just leave you. I mean, again, that's what I do.
Right, and I don't
It's
blame you.
my health plus the people that are on board.
I don't blame you. And more than 9 times out of 10, it's going to be dead right there. Or, as you know, the complaint comes in. Now,
I'll take the complaint. I'll take the complaint.
Right. And when you go, I've been in the office and the complaints are coming in. Although it's bothersome and frustrating, the GST is like, no, he has no quarrels if that's what you did because of the mask regulation. He has no quarrels with that. He's like, no mask, forget it, done. Keep going. Keep it moving.
Jose Reyes says he has extra masks. See, I'm sorry. I'll put the thing up there. Jose, that's what you do. We don't get paid to do that. I'm not handing out masks to nobody. That's just, I mean, what happened to the masks that they were putting inside the buses? Why?
Okay, I was going to touch on that when you just mentioned
that. People be stealing them.
There you go. You have an issue with the fact that you have somebody come snatch them out, sell them in the street for a quarter, 10 cents, whatever.
Why are you gonna do like this and hand a mask to somebody? Like, I don't want something with your hands to give me a mask to put on my face. It should be.
Listen, I was totally against those stupid mask dispensers from the start because two reasons to be fact. People are gonna steal them. People are going to expect them to be there. And when they're not there, they're going to say, well, you're supposed to have them for me. Then what? You know what I'm saying?
And I've heard that. People come in, other operators can be masked. We're not supposed to give you a mask.
Right.
I said, you could go to the train station. They give you a mask.
They sell you a mask. Didn't they have the vending machines with the mask?
They should.
Station?
Do they?
No,
they have. I think you ask the person behind the glass and they give you a mask. Or they used to have people standing.
Yeah, they have people standing out there giving out masks.
Which is probably they're going to start doing now since the numbers are going up so rapidly. I think like 3. They're going like 3 times now a day.
Right now, if you notice at the depot, the biggest thing is the testing, and that's everywhere. RTO, from what I understand, they've been doing different way before we have. They were more strict way before we are, and now they're pushing real hard about these testings.
And let you put that up because that was the next question. People were talking about that at the depot.
I mean, I got upset the other day, and I actually told the AGM and the GST, I said, listen, you're asking the same people that we just tested last week. You held them from going out, made them test, and you're testing them again, telling them again they weren't testing last week. It's borderline harassment already. Come on, you got to stop this. You know what I mean? So we get it. All they got to do is show us the email because it didn't go up in the system. I said, so maybe they need to correct the system. Maybe there's a glitch with how this is being done. You know what I mean? You got the saliva tester, right? That saliva stuff they're doing. And if people do it on Fridays, okay, it goes into the system, into the app. A lot of the emails that are being sent, thank you for submitting your test, are going into spam. Some people don't even know where they are. If they look for the emails, they didn't get one. I've been helping people because now we know the thing is called verbosity. For saliva testing, when they email you, it comes up as verbosity, VERBOSIT, whatever it is. Why? And it's in your spam. So you have to look for it, pull it out, and show someone, look, I took my test last week. So they're trying to get people on the same path, do it every week, 1 week for the next, and make it consistent. Because I said this in a video on my own page not so long ago, that this is now they're out. Since the mayor said he wanted us to all vaccinate, the governor shot it down. But this is their way to say, well, look, you guys ain't following. Well, all we're asking you is to test weekly. They're going to wind up forcing the mandate. They're going to wind up mandating everybody to get the vaccination.
Yeah, because I hear a lot every day somebody that says that they don't want to get tested.
Right.
Now, you don't want to get the vaccine, fine.
Right.
That's on you. They have a problem wearing the mask on the bus. But now they don't want to get tested either.
How often do they have to get tested?
Weekly.
Oh, okay.
They have a box in our depot.
I thought it was something different from what
they have something in a depot where you take. I think I haven't looked at it, but like you take something, right? Where you're gonna put your saliva.
Yeah, it's like a little vial,
Yeah. And that's all you got to do. So it's not even sticking anything up your nose. It's saliva.
Right. Just saliva. You're spitting in it. It's
where are
simple.
you spitting this at? Right in the crew room?
Wherever you want. You don't even have to do it at that moment. You can put it in your pocket, do it later, and then drop off the vial in the box later, and you're done.
But doesn't that seem a little suspicious?
It's just a little nasty, if you ask me. I do the swabs. Whenever they're there, I'll do the swabs every week.
That's
do it.
Suspicious. That's weird.
But I mean, it's like you say you're in the crew room and you spit.
Yeah, it's like not.
Yeah, it's like not sanitary.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah, it looks
so
gross.
If you have COVID, you just spit in the crew room.
No, well, you know, it's not like you're going. You're just letting it roll out of your mouth.
You know, there's some of us out there that'll be like, man, you know, fuck this, just hot tea.
Yeah.
Right in the crew room, and everybody,
I mean,
food right there, you know.
I've heard some people saying, "Oh, there should be a funnel," and there was never no funnel involved with this thing.
Okay,
it's a simple little package
to the bathroom. You know,
yeah, it should be a designated area.
Look,
maybe
a couple guys came to me this morning. They said, "Look, but I just had breakfast or whatever because you have to wait. You can't eat for 30 minutes or drink before doing the test." I said, "Look, take it, put it in your pocket." Later on, you know, just like guys, just spit in it later, leave it with you on your way in, just drop it off in the box and you're done. You know, but the problem with the Friday testing, they don't do a collection. So they don't show up till the next week. So now they say, oh, you didn't test last week. It's a headache. It's really a headache.
And not for nothing. Maybe the vial should have like a wider opening. Maybe it shouldn't be like, you know, like a little test tube. It's like a test tube, right?
I'm not taking it there, yeah, but
yeah. No, because I'm just saying, you know, when you gotta
see, it ain't just me, right? It ain't just me.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell, man? I'm just gonna.
He's making it too easy, man. I swear, it's too easy.
I don't know.
But I've actually heard already people just saying, "Look, man, I'm getting vaccinated. I'm tired of this. To just get it over with."
Well, that would
I'm
be
tired of the
plan.
harassment.
That might be.
Yeah, I think that's what the plan.
Because I'm worried that a lot of our guys are saying no, and we're gonna wind up getting mandated. You know, and then what?
That's coming.
Then you're gonna wind up losing your job just because you don't want to test.
It's coming.
Guys, just test. If you don't want to take the vaccine, that's on you. But at least get tested, and don't come in. And you know, like I heard also, don't come into the depot if you feel sick. Don't come to the window to pull sick.
No. Well, a guy came today. He was sick. I think we talked about that earlier, right?
Yeah.
But he had taken the vaccine and he felt sick. He took yesterday and he tried to make his way in. And he came to say, "I was damn, yeah, man, just go home." But I know he wasn't sick with the corona, but the vaccine just wiped him out. He was messed up.
Yeah, I think,
you know, it affects everybody differently.
That should be allowed about a day or two because some people, their reaction to the vaccine, especially the second one, is just
right.
Well, no, you get paid the first one, right?
No,
like, more.
No. The whole situation.
What about the $100 is supposed to get from the city?
No, you get paid for the vaccine. It's like what is it? 2 hours they pay us for each one. Even the booster, you get paid 2 hours.
Okay, but if you get sick,
a
lot of people.
The only thing it's our day off. You're taking your own sick time. That's the whole thing with this. But the whole thing is, let's say for instance, you're in a sick control situation, bag sick time. As long as they know it's from the vaccine, they can't charge you. In that sense, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, is it fair? No, but it is what it is. So, pardon me.
I'm glad because I was out after my second vaccine. I was man down for 2 days. I couldn't do nothing, man. It was terrible.
My first shot, no reaction.
Yeah, same here.
For 3 days, and then I started getting the chills in the middle of the night. It was weird. The second shot just wore me out. I felt tired. I was like, oh, forget it.
I was very lethargic, very tired.
Yeah, very tired.
Sweating, hot, cold. I was miserable. I was like, man, I'm glad you can't drive that way.
I mean, but again, it's better than I chose. Like I said, I have my little one. I chose to do it to protect him, if anything, because I contracted it myself in the depot last year. So, you know.
Oh,
that's where I'm at with that.
I got 2 more things to go over, and then of course I'm gonna want everybody to hear if there are any plans or anything on your agenda you got, you know, planned started for now that you're a chair. But we have here that issue where there'll be a defect. An operator will bring in a bus where there's a defect, and they'll tell them to bring it around, and then they just give that bus to somebody else.
That bus shouldn't be brought around. If it's a defect and it's a known defect, it's supposed to be straight to maintenance and drop the maintenance lap. If that bus is seen going back out again, that's a problem, because that means they just spun it. Like you said, it's called spinning. They just whip it around. But if you driving that bus and you know there's a defect and they tell you to bring it around, you shouldn't bring that bus around.
If you get on the bus and you see that OVCR card and you see that it was written for a defect, you don't take that bus.
Don't take that bus out. And if they give you lip, you call your union.
This is coming from newbie.
Yep, I'm fine. These newbies got to learn. They got to learn about the flags and everything on the wheels, etc. All that, how that works.
Yeah, because some things they'll be like, "Oh, that's not a big deal. Don't worry about it," and they wind up taking the bus.
I had a guy one time tell me, "Oh, the bus is making a funny noise when you make a right from the right wheel." Turned out the wheel was separating from the hub when I had it.
Wow.
You don't take those chances.
Jeez. You got to give us your page so that people can get on it that are not on it already.
Well, the page is
it public?
No, my page isn't public. It's strictly for Jackie Gleason operators.
Right.
Okay.
Strictly Jackie Gleason.
So what is it?
Room 236.
You spelled out or RM or just spelled out room?
Spelled out room 236.
All right, guys. So all you depot, anyone Jackie Gleason, they want to keep more in touch with what's going on.
Are you doing the Woolly maneuver where if people ask you a question that you don't necessarily
you out? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I have somebody likes to bust my chop on there now, but I love him. Mr. Sal over there. I got Fandaro. He loves coming up with his little craziness, and I just delete his
that's
comments.
good. You let people say whatever they want to say, and if you could try to talk it out with them, you can. If not,
right?
Let them vent.
Right. I'm just not into the back and forth thing. I just can't tolerate that. I don't have the time for it. My energies could be spent doing something better. But if you have concerns that are actual concerns, like I was reading about everybody talking about the 17 people and they don't know the facts and they're just running with it. So that's why I decided to make that video before getting on with you guys, just explaining what's going on, so to bring like maybe some kind of a common understanding and then go from there.
Okay. And the last thing I got here before we get into your what you got planned, line stewards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there used to be a list of line stewards at Gleason. Do we still have them? Are they still? Because I know like Chico became it's in the e-board, but his name used to be there. Yeah. His name used to be on that list. I forgot what line. But is this something that's going to be worked on?
Because the way I see it, your line stewards are your eyes on every route. That's my mentality on that. So yes, I would like to start talking to people, see who wants to be line steward. See, I was chosen one time to be line steward without even me knowing by Jamie. Remember Jamie, who was there, the vice chair before I stepped in help?
Yeah.
He put me in there. They're telling me, oh, the AGM wants to see you. I'm like, for what? So now that's going in my head. And the guy, no, I just wanted to see who my line steward is. I'm like, huh? Who the hell told me you're also the line steward? He put me on on his own rights. He said, you're always on the 63. Might as well just put you there. No. I'm going to talk to the guys. Whoever really wants to get involved with it, by all means, because you're my eyes on the road. I can't see what's going on.
Yeah, we really need that whenever there's any kind of hazard.
Responsibilities of the line steward?
Line steward's responsibilities is any hazards they see, any concerns. Maybe there's a faulty curb by a bus stop that they could report to me, so I could let road control know, and we just jump on it right away. Traffic conditions.
And the same way, let's say I'm out there and I see something, I could report to the line steward.
You can report to the line steward or me directly, however you want it. Yeah.
How many line stewards do you have per line?
It would have to be usually what I would like to do is 2, AM and PM. Mm-hmm. Because things change. You see different things happening. So basically,
we have what, 3 tours, right? At AM, PM, and you have the Hawk. The Hawk, right? So
the Hawk's right. The Hawks, they definitely tell us when they
ain't
come
nobody
in.
gonna care when you're doing the Hawk. Nothing.
But I mean,
Who's out
they
So
there?
need,
freaking
hey
tired
man,
out there.
the Hawk workers are people too, man. They need love.
No doubt,
too.
no doubt, no
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah.
no doubt.
Shitting
I
on
don't
the
know how
Hawks,
some of these
yeah.
guys do it on our Hawks because some of our Hawks, man, are just. I mean, I did a Hawk on a 68 once, and I'm just taking my time. And next thing I know, I was like 30 minutes late. I'm like, how the hell?
Yeah,
How the
on
hell
the
did it's
68,
crazy?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
like,
you
how
got to
you so
watch those
late?
raccoons on the 68.
Forget about the raccoons, man. Shoot, it was like, how am I late and I'm not picking up nobody? The running times are horrible,
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
And
I used to do.
actually,
I was run 2 on the 68, and it was me and shout out to Maya. Maya was my leader. I used to see Coney Island Alley. I'm like, the hell?
listen, in '95, that was my favorite line, the 68.
68?
And back
Yeah.
then, they gave you so much running time. You used to get to the end, have 10 minutes or so just to whatever. On every end, you had time. And if senior men then used to tell us, drive slow because that's how they cut the lines, they shorten it up. And then now that I'm past that, I'm the senior guy, I see it. There's no running time for these guys out there. With these new traffic patterns, it's a mess. It's something I've discussed with the division already prior to all the changes or whatever. There has to be scheduling has to be accountable for making better runs for everybody, even if we have to add a lot more runs out there. But Jesus Christ, look at the stuff with the BQE now on the 61 by Columbia. It takes them 30, 40 minutes to get around. You're late as hell. And now in your head, you're trying to make it up and it's not worth it. You got to be careful.
So, all right. So you say you deal with the problems on the lines as shop steward. So I'm gonna bring you a problem that I know personally that's on one of the lines. It's the B11, the end of the B11 in Sunset.
Right.
At that last stop, what's that?
By the hospital down there?
That Navy Yard thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
58 and first.
58 for
Right.
first.
At that
Where there's
bus
always
stop, when
construction too.
Right. When you going up towards Second Avenue,
Mm.
the street you go is an entrance to go into the spot, right? At that particular junction, there is no wheelchair ramp. So anybody with a handicap cannot go down that. They have to go in the street to go all the way down to the bus stop from Second Avenue. So
Oh,
you may
okay.
wanna look into that. I told Gibson about it, but Gibson is gone now. So
That's true.
Okay, that's something to look into. Yeah, all right.
So
All right.
last stop of the B11, right there by you. See it when you start walking
I'll
up.
drive
towards
over
Second
there
Avenue.
myself and take a look at it and see what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
Not a
Yeah,
problem.
right.
Yeah.
So I used to go to rehab over there when I first came home from the hospital, and I came home in the wheelchair, and I'm like, I used to take the B11 over there, and I got out the
Right.
I'm like, holy shit, I can't. I'm like, I'm in a wheelchair.
If I'm not incorrect, like, didn't they just open a hospital over there too? Because I know I've been getting pictures of people blocking up that bus stop down there going toward First Avenue. And I'm going to take a ride over. That's something that needs to be addressed because how do people going to
the
get
last stop, that's become like a huge hub for testing, for COVID
it is.
testing.
So that's probably what
Right.
he's talking
Yeah.
about.
So
Right,
when we pull in, there's usually a line of cars or trucks blocking the freaking bus stop, and now we have construction up in the corner.
Right.
So
Right.
we pull up, there's like nowhere to park. It becomes arroz con culo, as we say.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a hazard for anybody in a wheelchair or a scooter.
Yeah, that ain't good.
They
That ain't
can't-
good.
They have to.
So
travel
Aaron,
down.
with the couple minutes we got left, let us know. Let's see, like, what will be right now let's say the top 3 things as chair that you're planning on.
My number one thing right now on my mind and in my concern is unity, because the election showed the divide and trying to bring it all together. That's my number one thing that I would like to see happen, bringing all the unity back together, bringing that sense of family and get together, that there's not bochinche, like we call it, and all the bickering. It's done. Let's unite. Let's get this place back to where it's supposed to be, where it's a place you want to come to. Come on. Most of us spend most of our life in the job, all day you're there, then you go home. So you want to have that same kind of atmosphere. And that's where I'm at with my head on that one.
Okay.
I want to make changes in regards to the extra list. I come from a place where we had what we call the Hawk preference list. And that's giving the opportunity, because let's say, for instance, you out on comp, right? And you come back, now you're on the list, but you're a senior guy, so you're number 1. They're going to try to hit you with a Hawk all the time. And you don't do Hawks. It's like, it's frustrating. It's like, I don't want to do a hawk, but you wind up taking the apple. With a hawk preference list, what that does is when you pick, you're able to sign this list, and it's not just for holidays. It's all the time. So if you're on the bottom of the totem pole, you could be offered a hawk, and everybody ahead of you knows, and it's like, okay, you can have the hawk because I don't want to do the hawk. There's some people on the list that don't want to do a hawk. That's just how their nature is, and that's how I was. I was the number 2 guy on the list. I don't want to do no hawk. I never did a hawk, ever. None of us on the first 4 people of the list never did hawks. It went to the list, and there was no problems with that. Something I would like to talk about on a shop gate, get ideas, feedback from it. If they agree, we could try that.
And third?
The third thing is just communication. And again, I want to make my office diverse. So meaning, like, if I need an assistant, it ain't going to be the same clique or the same people for favoritism. No. I want chinitos. I want everybody to be part of this. I want everybody involved. I want everybody to see how this thing functions and continue having a good relationship with management, because that's something you have to be able to have to negotiate things. Can't just always fight. You fight at the right times, but you negotiate most of the times. You know what I mean? It's just an understanding. It's open door policy. People could come in at any time, ask questions, be shown things. I don't have no issue with that at all.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, again, thank you for coming on. You
Not
know,
a problem.
for those of you that are watching, I have to let you all know that I came to Aaron and to Nas before we found out who won, and I had asked both of them that whoever won, we would have on our show. Just to in case somebody says, "Oh, you're having Aaron." No, they were both asked, and whoever won was going to be on our show. Aaron won, so that's why he's here in our show. You're welcome to come at any other time. They want to talk about anything else, shop. I mean, you got your page, but in here we keep everything neutral, and any negativity we just,
Yeah,
ignore.
I don't have time for negativity. I mean,
guys, we had a lot. We had actually
had enough of that.
Email us any questions that you had. Those that maybe still had questions, you should have emailed us, because we did ask you. Email us any questions that you have for Aaron, or you could just post them here in the comments. Aaron will get to it as soon as because you can watch the show whenever, and he'll read the comments, and he could respond to you that way, because you can still respond even after we're out. You can still respond on there.
All right, no problem.
We're live on our page on Facebook, Transit Misfits. We're live now also on our YouTube page, also for the same name, Transit Misfits, and our sister page, Next Bus Please. And that's it. If you got any last things you want to do, we'll give you the screen. And you want to say something, or
all I want to say is, listen, I want Gleason to be what it should be, about family and friendship. I don't want no more bickering. I want forward planning. Ideas are welcome. Suggestions, anything you have, bring it to the table. We could talk about it. We could try to implement it. Let's work together to make what we want, period. Also, real quick, Pete, if you don't mind, I was planning to do a little something next week for a thank you for all the support. I was going to do a luncheon on Wednesday. I think I mentioned it on my page, but because of the COVID thing, the AGM told me today we're going to have to put that on pause. So it's still going to happen, but we have to get through this little situation right now. And this event will take place.
All right, sounds good. All right, so again, thank you for joining us. Blunt, got anything to say?
So first let me just personally say congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
You had a really tough opponent in Nas, and I hope that you guys will be able to work together to bring the depot back to what it used to be. But when I was there, it was like a family. And ever since I've been out, I've been hearing a lot of terrible things that's going on. It may not be true, may not be, but I know one thing: Nas is a good dude, and he has good ideas, and he has nothing but good intentions for the union. So I hope you two guys can be able to work together and maybe bring that depot back to his glory days. Yeah,
because that's probably what it would take. Being that it's split, both of you working together might. That's a good start. That's a good start.
And the election itself, it was cordial. There were some moments, but it was cordial altogether. Hands were shaking in the beginning. Hands were shaking in the end. My door is open. Period.
All right, guys. So Thank you for joining our show. As you know, on Sundays we replay this, but you could always watch them on our page. Watch it on YouTube is always there. If you missed it, I believe if you want to share it to your page, Aaron, or you'll be able to also share it that way.
Okay.
To anyone that it's on your side that didn't see it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Aaron, you can always let us know if you want us to share information. Our door is open. You ever want to come back on? Our door is always open. For those of the people that ain't in 236, they could always come in here because not everybody wants to be in 236. So but they'll come watch us. So make sure you flip the information to us and we get it to them too. Also,
got it.
But try not to be so stingy with 236. Let that door open to everybody, please.
No. I see what happened with the Gleason page. That ain't gonna happen to my page.
Oh,
I can't. Yeah. It's just too much. We got to keep it. Nah, I'm not looking at you, Pete. It's just I want to keep. It's basically information on that page for the guys at the depot.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll see you in the depot.
See you in the depot.
Blunt, I'll see you hopefully before Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Happy holidays to everybody. God bless you all.
And with that said, I'm Brooklyn Pete.
Yeah, and before we go, I wanted to bring this up before we leave. This is a little bit of unsolicited advice for people. Please, this has nothing to do with anything, but please stop announcing that you're leaving a page, a group, or a platform. You don't need to announce that you're leaving it. Leave. Nobody
get out.
Just go. And with that said, I'm Brooklyn Pete. I'm your boy Blood.
And that's the end of our show.
Deuces. Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Hey.
Next week, guys.